Ted comes clean about his infidelity, not to Nicole, but Andre will do for now. And Chelsea is going to best her mom when it comes to managing Samantha. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Beyond the Gates video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notification as we break down season 1, episode number 33. I apologize for this video being late. However, it is here. And you can also check ericavane.com for written breakdowns for each episode every single day. We are getting on it with this schedule and I'm going to stay up on it, y'all. I got y'all. Now, this episode for the end of the week, because this was the Friday episode, really packed a punch. While there was a ton of like conversations being had, to me, it was literally the subject matter of the conversations that created the most amount of like conflict, additional drama, tension, that made the episode so great. Now, I'm gonna start off with Ted and Andre's conversation. However, I'm not ranking these in any like order of like most powerful or whatever. I just thought that us getting to see Ted reveal to Andre that he had cheated on Nicole, and the circumstances from his perspective of how that went down, of, you know, him being overwhelmed and anxious and frustrated during a time when they were really focusing on trying to have a baby. They had suffered a miscarriage, and instead of locking in and leaning into his marriage and showing up as best he could, he decided to go look elsewhere for validation. He decided to go look elsewhere for affirmation, and what he got in return for that was a crazy woman who fed his ego in the moment, but he ultimately realized was not the woman that he actually wanted to be with. And it's, I guess, good to hear that he's only cheated on Nicole once, because I'm inclined to believe that once a cheater, always a cheater. However, I don't know, like, once Nicole actually finds this out, if it would be a relief to her, you know, because infidelity is infidelity. And I don't really know how you get past that or how you trust someone again. And this is a secret that he has held for 20 years now. He doesn't know that a child particularly could have come from it, right? Because I'm still not necessarily of the camp that Eva is his child. I don't trust Leslie, Dana, whoever the hell she is today. I don't trust her. I think that she is selling Eva a crock of bullsh the same way that she has been selling Ted a crock of bullsh, and she's like for real crazy, like the real kind and not the kind that Dani Dupree plays as. So I am not going to confirm or deny that Eva is actually Ted's child, right? And Ted believes that that was taken care of. He knows that a conception happened, but he also knows that he paid for an abortion, to which Leslie Dana agreed to have and said she actually had, and has since been hiding the fruits of that particular affair. What I don't love about Ted's perspective, or maybe attitude, is that he's just so sure that Dana is going to go away this time. And I'm like, this is your ego. This is you actually not learning from your mistakes. This woman popped up 20 years later, 15 years, who knows when the last time that she extorted you was, right? Aside from like getting rid of the baby. But she popped up again. She jumps into your wife's orbit. She jumps into your daughter's orbit. The only person who you don't know that she's actually jumped into the orbit of is Martin, but she's also engaged with him. And you are just so convinced that $50,000 was the thing that was going to solve why she popped up again. And then even if it is, maybe it solves it for a year. Maybe it solves it for 5 years. But then when she runs out of $50,000, because $50,000 is not something that you live off for the rest of your life in 2025 America, specifically DC. Like, let's be real. She's coming back. She's coming back to hang over your head the affair. And while, you know, there is a little bit, I guess, credit that could be given for you revealing this to Andre, but you only did it because you felt pushed up against the wall with him idolizing who you are and the man that you present yourself to be, because you do smoke and mirrors very, very well. You still need to find the braveness, the courage, to something to go and tell your damn wife, because that's the only thing that neutralizes Leslie. That neutralizes, Dana. she is holding over your head, going to go tell your wife about the affair, and you deciding to keep up this lie, keep up this farce, keep this from her for however long you choose to try to keep this up, is empowering her, emboldening her to come back and continue to hold this over your head, extort you for money, and potentially blow up your life as you know it. And maybe, you know, the conversation with Andre is like practice for him, and maybe with this conversation and with Andre, you know, choosing not to judge him and trying to affirm him, he is going to find it in his heart to, you know, have the conversation that needs to be had, because I think that Andre definitely handled it very, very well. But I'm just still looking at Ted like, you're simple. You're really, really simple. You've had 20 years to figure out how to tell your wife this. And honestly, after the first 10, it's like you got a track record of a decade of like being back on the straight and narrow. So like, now what? Do something with this. Do something with the evidence that you've proved that you're devoted to your wife. Do something to show that you've actually changed and that this won't actually happen again. And you have 20 years to show that that is the case. And then put a stop to it for real. You running around here thinking that you damn Al Capone, talking big and bad to Dana, who is crazier than you. Quite like you, and you know it, you feel it, you have to feel it. But I feel like this is something that has to do with a male's ego that Ted is 100% leaning into, and I hate that for him. But you know, we get this conversation. What I was tickling my brain a little bit about how this conversation starts is like, Andre is bigging up who Ted is in reference to the man that he is and how he looks up to him and all of this, right? And this all starts in reference to the conversation around the infidelity, because Ted's like, I'm not who you think I am. But one of the things that Andre says that like really is like, oh, it's so good. It's like, he's like, well, how are you coming up behind when I'm comparing you to Bill Hamilton? And then I'm like, oh, wait, y'all. Let's wait. Is Ted just Bill Hamilton dark skin? Wait a minute now. That is a conversation I would love to have in the comment section, because I never even thought about that. I mean, just on the surface level, right? It has been alluded to that Bill has cheated multiple times, and Ted is saying that he's only cheated once, well, with one woman, because they had multiple interactions. But I don't know. Now I got to sit down and try to run both of these men's whole facts and see, because maybe Ted is diabolical as well, but he just carries it well. And he is the plastic surgeon who has less sinister motive, because, you know, there is no additional conflict and menacing to be done in plastic surgery. But since Bill is an attorney, he has to manipulate and threaten people constantly to try to get his way and win his cases. Is Bill Hamilton and Ted Richardson the same man? Again, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. That's just something to discuss. Now, another conversation that happens in this episode, which again just moves the characters a little bit further, is Eva confronting Leslie about if she's the one who did something to Laura in the hospital. And to me, it's like, Eva, if you have this inkling, girl, that's so much so that you need to go to your mom about it, then there's something there. And she tries to convince you, you play it off like, oh, you believe her, you're sorry for even thinking that or whatever, but you still know, because you took your behind down there to the hospital, and then you started asking, oh no, did she do that beforehand? She did that beforehand. We start the episode off and she was asking Jerri about the woman who did it. But I think by the end of the episode, she's still believing that. Like, you don't believe your mama, and it's for a reason, and I love it. I just need you to hurry up. I need you to hurry up and get to whatever point you're getting to in reference to not trusting what your mama's saying, realizing the patterns of her lying to you or telling you one thing and then calling the audible and popping up and doing this and doing that. The wig should definitely giving it away, because every time she put on a new wig, she pop up in the Dupree Richardson's lives in some way as a new avatar. And you done already clocked it. Now all you got to do is stay on it. I think it's going to be Eva that has to neutralize Leslie, and she has all the power to do so without realizing she does yet. And she's caught in a very emotional place right now, and feeling like she's about to be discarded from the Dupree Richardson's family, as the assistant once Laura comes back, not being able to trust her mama, also not really having a plan, because we got the inklings at the very beginning when we first meet them of like, she's a hairstylist, and I'm using my air quotes, but she's not necessarily good at it, because Kat clocked her on the Instagram, said she's not really that good at it. So I could totally see Eva being a girl who don't really have a direction in her life, don't really have a plan, and her coming in and being Nicole's assistant has created additional structure sister and giving her something to work towards, giving her something to cultivate ambition with. And now if she don't have that, then what will she have? And then also when I think back into like a couple episodes ago, she was not happy when she heard Ted and Nicole talking about trying to get her the hairstyling job down at the country club. So this girl is emotionally in a very weird place where she can't trust her mama. She has this very weird intuition that's telling her something is off with her mother. Maybe her mother's lying. I don't know, because we don't really get to see a ton into all of her character thoughts. She feels like she's about to be discarded from this family that she's now started to create a home with in reference to professional life and a little bit with personal. And then she has no plan for herself. And if she's about to be in a place where she has to fend for herself, she has nothing to actually do it with. That is a lot. Now, I've been teeter-tottering in reference to Eva because she been pissing me off the way that she like to go at Kat, knowing damn well she did wrong, and how slowly she moving in reference to getting to the point, because I think that she should have been just went up to Ted for a while ago and be like, you my damn daddy. Now what? But when I really sit back and try to unpack what her character is experiencing, then I'm like, okay, I'm pulled to a place of sympathy. I'm pulled to a place of empathy, because that is a lot. Mentally and emotionally, that is a lot to handle at 22 years old, 23 maybe. It's a lot. All right, other conversations that happen in this episode, because there's a lot. Okay, first of all, Samantha, I was with you and standing up to your goofy ass daddy who wants to keep everybody down and had his foot on their damn neck, because that's all he does. Martin, you a menace, and I still think that you're a menace. I don't care. But then when you get to, having Dani Dupree show up and deciding that she wants to help you steward over your career the same way that she did over Chelsea, and you want to throw her back as if she's not good enough and that Chelsea, you can only do it with Chelsea. See, now I know that you're not actually serious about it. So now I can't even get on board. Now I think that you on that bullshit. In a way that you're like staunchly against Dani helping you, and it can only be Chelsea, and then you're like making it out to basically you helping position Dani in a way where she's being overbearing and she's being pushy, which I get. She was definitely doing with Chelsea, but she's navigating it as best as she can, and she's trying to do better. But when it comes to stepping up for you, Samantha, the way that she, one, talked to your goofy ass daddy about it, and then two, came to you with resources and the Get Start guide to give you the leg up, the jump that many women that would actually want, many young girls would actually want, and you're discarding it, I can't respect it. And then Chelsea, you wanted out. You felt like you needed time to focus on your damn designs and launching yourself as a fashion brand. And then here you go stepping into being somebody else's manager, and you're 19. Like, Chelsea, be for real. This is why I'm going to go back to my original plan of like, you never even really had to retire from modeling. You needed to create additional communications and boundaries with your mama and or get a new manager, because you're full of You claim that you needed more time to focus on your designs, but you're going to go take on another job of steering a complete novice through the modeling industry. She has no idea what the hell she's doing. You have to teach her how to walk. You have to teach her how to talk. You have to teach her how to go on go-sees. You got to teach her every goddamn thing from the very beginning on. And you're 100% willing to jump your ass into that boat, but you can't have a tough conversation or a couple tough conversations with your mama to set up parameters on how your career could go, so that you can balance being a damn designer as well as a model, so that you can get the most out of your exposure, get the most out of your influence, and truly be a mogul like you claim, while you also making time to go sleep with married people. Like, Chelsea, please. I can't take Chelsea Dupree seriously. And this episode for me really confirmed it. Like, her having a little deep sighs and the rolling of her eyes. Like, what you're not going to do is play in Dani's face. Yes, you needed to back off when it came to your career, and you wanted additional room to be able to cultivate your career for yourself. But every time she steps in to try to help one of y'all family members out, try to support y'all in the dreams that y'all have, you're not going to be rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth as if she's just a big overbearing monster that's trying to keep everybody down. That's her damn daddy, Martin. Dani don't know that life. Dani only knows support. Dani only knows throwing her full chest 110% into whatever she's trying to give attention to. And y'all asses need to be more grateful, if you ask me. I don't know if I like Samantha or Chelsea right now, and I'm just going to be honest about that. Other little periphery things. I love that Maurice clocked that Eva was asking too many questions at the very beginning. It was like, girl, if you don't go ahead, please go ahead. Doug's ass is down there at the casino winning, but he gets called away to go do a surgery, and then his ass can't even complete the surgery because he got gambling on the damn brain. You're rotting your damn brain, sir. And while this is all happening, Joey, the damn criminal Johnny Appleseed, whatever the hell his name is, sound like him either, is down there getting fresh with Vanessa's hot ass. Like, and y'all, I meant to say this a couple episodes ago, but I forgot. So we got one non-mediocre white person in this show. Shout out to Smitty. Because in the sea of these mediocre ass, menial ass white people that are pissing me off, taking up all of this screen time between Vanessa whole ass, between the criminal that is this casino owner, between Ashley's old Wonder Bread behind and her goofy ass boyfriend. Smitty is holding it down for the non-blacks who actually got some meat on the bone when it comes to their story, who got a moral code, who got something. He is trying to push back when it comes to Martin. Martin is a hell of a lot to deal with. So the fact that he's even still in this damn marriage, kudos to you, Smitty. And I'm going, like, the same way I'm going to point out the mediocre, I'm going to also point out the excellence. And the way that Smitty has been handling the conversation around Samantha and, you know, the modeling. Like, he just shows up as a really, really great partner. A partner that Martinez don't deserve, but a great partner nonetheless. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Okay? Now, what else? That's it. That's everything that happened in the episode. Yes, it looks like it, y'all. I'm just scanning really quickly. Which was a lot. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Be sure to check ericavine.com for any of the new news about Beyond the Gates and other articles. I just posted an article today about why All American has not been greenlit for season 8 and all of my thoughts around that. I would love for you to check it out. Amongst other things, we are rocking and rolling when it comes to the content, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like before you head to the next Erica Vane TV video that you're going to watch. I have a good suggestion for you right here. See you in the next one.